And now it maneuvers like this. Oh! Holy sh!
Here, I saved you the purple one.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another brand new video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some minor changes that happened in the, what's the name of the update? Spear Get or something? And these changes that nobody talked about, or as much as I know and researched and remember, nobody talked about them, but they're quite major. So I was going to be like, hey, you know what? Let's have a look at every single one of these. Now, you might have asked this question, Bob, why is there an entire lineup of IL-2s in front of me? Fairly goddamn simple, because apparently, do you remember the 20,000 subscriber special where I basically was like, ladies and gentlemen, choose your vehicle, and I gave you a bunch of options and whatnot? Yeah, apparently some of the guys actually decided to choose the IL-2 first, then the Eurocopters, and then the Object 292. But I'm working on two different IL-2 videos and whatnot. They should be out, well, not so soon. Well, I can't promise. And now you might say, oh, Bob, new microphone. Why are you changing microphones all the goddamn time? First one was an ASMR. Second one was high quality. This one sounds fucking dog shit. Yeah, I'm using a Razer Black Shark V2 headset right now, and there's no hard limiter on this thing whatsoever. I can literally get close to this microphone and scream like I'm in pain. But hold on, it's very good for skits and whatnot. Hold on. Listen. It's always like ear raping my audience. Hell yeah. Outside of that, ladies and gentlemen, if I wanted to use the laptop's own stock audio, I would have basically sound like this. Yeah. How's the quality, by the way? Yeah, either way, hold on. Let me just switch it back to normal. Also, I have to switch to some of the presets and whatnot. Anyways, we're wasting way too much goddamn time. Okay, so let me go on Discord and basically show you some information with regards to what were the changes and whatnot. This is my friend Reaper. He always likes to torment my ass every single goddamn time I make a video about something. Alright, so let's have a look at the data mines first. You have the Alpha Jet A, Alpha Jet E, and Alpha Jet V, diamond-shaped Mi-8TB, and then Mi-8MTV, which is the Russian one. Number of fire extinguishers went from yay to nay. What does that mean? Well, it basically means that they removed their fire extinguishers. That's what I thought until I actually saw the changes that came into the game. Alpha Jet, all variants. The erroneous... what the f*** is that word? Present ability to extinguish engine fires has been removed. Whatever that means. Anyway, we don't care about the Alpha Jets. Mi-8TV and TB for Germany, which are basically these basic bitches right over here. This one and, of course, this one. A bug that made it possible to use the fire extinguisher without having the EFS modification has been fixed. And even if you're set on fire, I'm sure that the Gaijin Entertainment will not be your good friend since this helicopter got its nuts removed.
Here, I saved you the purple one.
This is not a big major change overall compared to what I'm gonna show you next, which is, right at our doorstep. So you guys do remember I made a video on the Mi-28NM a while ago, right? And how I basically told you that the maneuverability is absolute dog shit and everything else about the helicopter is outright amazing. Well, let me show you how Gaijin basically screwed up the maneuverability on this thing. The pitch control is insultingly horrible for a helicopter like this. This is mostly Gaijin's f*** up as the instructor limits the helicopter quite a lot. Yeah. Apparently they fixed it. So if we go to the test drive right now, I'm not even going to go with the stock one or anything. Let's just go with the current spaded module and whatnot. Alright, so in the footage, you can basically see how horseshit it was to maneuver and whatnot. Now I'm just going to stabilize this thing, hover it a little bit higher and see how this works, right? And now it maneuvers like this. Oh! Post-editing Bob Dickinson over here, by the way. The Chinese fortune teller of mine apparently told me that many of you guys are not subbed. So feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel to see more higher quality content like this. Anyways, back to the video. Holy shit! It actually pulls now! This is insane! It feels absolutely nice and absolutely incredible. But when it came to like mouse aim and whatnot, this is how that one used to be. And now it's this. It has slight bit of delay, but it's lovely now. Now I can argue this thing, you know, kind of maneuvers better than the Apache. Actually feels amazing, honestly, dude. Holy crap. Like, I don't need to... Hold on. Let's see if we can actually go ahead and do like a very fast, sharp turn with this thing and see how it performs. So... in order for you to turn as sharp as possible, you have to turn from the, from this side, basically. Oh, oh, it feels good. It feels good. Feel the power. What do you think of this change? Honestly, very much a quality of life improvement towards whatever we had in the previous update. And I gotta say, like, look, I don't have to get into, like, you know, realistic or full controls to pull myself outwards from an awkward situation that I put myself in the first place. Which I have to say, it's quite incredible and whatnot. Like, look! Look! You wish you could have done something like this in the previous update with this helicopter. Now it just does it so goddamn well. Oh my god. Can I do a, let me try something. What a helicopter, man. Y'all are gonna have a field day with this thing. It's gonna be absolutely incredible. Oh, hell yeah. Anyways, let's try out other MI8s as You have to add it in just as I'm recording one, huh? Changes marked with were made possible thanks to other player supports. SU-122 has been added to the SU-85 and SU-122 group as the third vehicle with the release of the Spearhead Major update. Hold on. So you're telling me if I go to the... So that's SU-122. It's a third one? Damn! Damn! Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. With the introduction... When did they shove the SU-85... ISU-152 and SU-152 in a folder? Anyways, let's go to our beloved nation, Republic of, or People's Republic. Whose republic is this anyway? Oh, I don't fucking know. Because they removed the Taiwanese flag. Anyways, look at the heli tree over here. Ignore the test drive icon. So you have the Z-10ME, right? A very solid helicopter. Did have an identity crisis with regards to its loadout and whatnot. You also have the AH-64E apparently with a Taiwanese flag over there. I love how you still cannot change it to fucking Taiwan. But yeah, the Z-10ME apparently also received a new missile which is called the Blue Arrow 11. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. I forgot. No! No, my golden eagles! I forgot that this is not dev server! How do I refund this shit? Can I refund this? I needed my golden... Oh, stupid... Anyways, this helicopter has been an absolute fucking headache for me. Like, so you have the AK-89, which is basically meh. You have the AK-10, which is... That, I guess it's something. I mean, it's better than nothing, literally. Their speed is not really that great, and overall, they kind of feel lackluster and whatnot. And on top of the fact that you mount them only on the outer pylons, which makes it like 8 total. Yeah, it's a little bit diabolical, to be honest. And guess what these new ATGMs are going to get mounted on? On the outer pylons. Meaning that you can only carry out 8 of these guys and 8 of these fucking pieces of shit. By the way, Blue Arrow 11s, they feel quite fine on the stats, right? I mean, 6 kilos of explosive mass, very nice for, you know, a fire and forget ATGM. 15 kilometers of range, it's like 1 kilometer worse than your JAGM IR or the LMUR and whatnot. The maximum speed is basically the same as, or like close enough to the LMURs. But what terrified me about this helicopter specifically is something else, which I'll totally show you in a test drive. But for now, let's see what type of loadouts we can create with the Z-10ME. Okay, first of all, I want 4 TY-90s for my aerial protection. Secondly, I want CM502 KTs because why the hell not? And then I want Blue Arrow 11s because they're absolutely incredible. And then I want some laser guided munitions so I could basically go ahead and protect myself against, I don't know, a bunch of dickheads that are in helicopters that have laser directional IRCM. The reason why I don't like this helicopter's loadout specifically is because the fact that, you know, AK-89s and 10s and the Blue Arrow 11s are all installed on the outer pylons, which, yeah, quantity-wise, 8 of them, you can deal with it, you can cope with it. The problem is that the amount of liberty you have to, like, install other ATGMs and, like, have flexible loadouts and whatnot, which is kind of diabolical, in my opinion. But hey, if you've ever played the Blue Arrow 11s, you're gonna fall in love with them. So there's one thing that you're gonna absolutely fall in love with regards to these ATGMs. I hope they didn't change it. But, look at the lock speed on this thing. Instant lock. Like, like, it's absolutely incredible. You can fire like this, basically. Like, this shit's insane. Look at this shit. Let me try it again. This is, by definition, the fastest fire and fastest lock I've ever seen on any fire and forget ATGM on a helicopter. And it feels absolutely incredible. Now, if you want me to make a dedicated video about this, feel free to let me know in the comment section and whatnot. But as far as I know, fucking diabolical, man. The firing speed. Now, obviously, if you have lag, latency, and whatnot, this is gonna be a little bit problematic because you need some time to like communicate with the server and all this IT crap and whatnot, and it's gonna take some time. But this is by far one of the fastest lock speeds I've ever seen on an ATGM, and it feels absolutely incredible. Mixed up with the statistics that it has, it just feels outright amazing. Like, not gonna lie, it kind of makes the AH-64E pointless to have in the tech tree. AH-64E as well, I have to make it like a fully dedicated video about these guys as well because, oh look, they actually added a radar on this goddamn thing. They still haven't fixed the propeller shaft though. One funny thing, right? So the German Eurocopter Tiger over here actually got up-tiered to 13.0 alongside many other helicopters. Let's just say it like that. So in the meantime, apparently Gaijin forgot to up-tier this specific helicopter called the Tiger Hack. Basically the same thing with like some minor armament changes and whatnot. Maybe it's not the same, I don't know. It's not like I'm making a video about it, but this thing basically got stuck at like 12.3 or 12.7, so they fixed the BR now apparently. I love how the German main's absolutely fumed about this. So honestly, this is quite interesting, I have to say. By the way, with regards to like Swedish tech tree getting some sort of a fire and forget helicopter, Reaper actually sent me one of these pictures of the Eurocopter Tiger with the Finnish roundel and camouflage and whatnot. I was absolutely jumping up in the goddamn air thinking that, oh my god, fire and forget helis are gonna come to Sweden, yeah, until I realized it's a model that somebody made on the internet. It's absolutely not real, and I'm still heartbroken, and I genuinely wonder how Gaijin's gonna fix this issue, because they're still stuck in the AH-64A era, with the best helicopter not being the AHS, but the Mi-28A. Oh, one other thing that I almost forgot as well was that the AH-1W over here actually got something quite interesting, let's just say it like that. There are plenty of helis that had their like, you know, head slaving to the holy fuck, this thing sounds thick. So if you notice, if you move your head around and whatnot, apparently you got this special helmet mounted sight thingy, which you can basically slave your main cannon to. This thing was actually added to the dev server, but then it was removed, and then it got added again. But you can slave your head now with this thing. Some say it was added a long time ago and whatnot. Yeah, I know. But for the longest time, it wasn't added to the mouse, keyboard and whatnot. It was added to the VR. Hold on a second. I really gotta try something. Does it slave the AIM-9Ls on this? Because I do actually remember that it shouldn't able to, because that was one of the major differences between the AH-1W and the AH-1Z. Let's see. Oh, it does! It does! That's so cool! Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Now you can defend yourself more if you're willing to actually sacrifice the Hellfires instead of the 9Ls. But oh, by the way, some people actually say H1W and H1Z video when Gaijin's actually gonna add in the proper armaments to this fucking thing. Like, this thing could carry out the HM65B Mavericks and whatnot, and of course, everybody knows AH-1Z lacks the AN/APG-78 longbow radar, and of course, you know, the usual shit, the Jagums and whatnot. Cause y'all should never ever forget the fact that this helicopter was stuck to the AGM-114B Hellfires for the longest time, until they actually gave it the Hellfire K. And for that reason, I'm sitting my ass over here. I ain't gonna make jack on the AH-1Z until Gaijin actually makes some proper fucking armaments for this goddamn thing. But outside of that, ladies and gentlemen, I guess this is pretty much it. There's not a lot of things that have changed with regards to this update. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this video. If you actually enjoyed it, please make sure to like and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. If you want to support my channel even further, you can also donate a super thanks or join my YouTube membership if you want to. I'm gonna stop recording and go back and work on my, but yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Bob Dickinson, and thank you for watching.